0 to 60, Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Recruitment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004, 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of the football.
That was his dream to play for Colorado.
And McChesney grew up in Colorado, always wanted to be a Buffalo, has had a great career.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We're at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much. What's happening? Happy Tuesday. I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. We have a lot to talk about today. Today's a good fucking day to be a Buffalo. I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's pay some bills, get the ones and twos rolling with my man Bailey, and rock the fucking house. Let's go.
Let's roll, Matt. We're in the building here on this fine Tuesday, 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffalo's football coverage. And Matt, let's dive into it. Colorado's in a bye week, and I mean we'll reiterate Colorado's got to take bye week seriously. They didn't against Utah, and we saw what happened there. But Matt, I want to just dive into something we've reiterated months and months again: how great of a player Jackson Roper is. Product of 60 Academy, and news last night: Colorado has offered Jackson Roper. We've been talking about this for 6 months. Shit. Congratulations to Jackson Roper. Finally got an offer from CU. Kind of wrote a little snippet there about what it means to him and stuff. But, Matt, what was your reaction to seeing this? And, man, hallelujah. Holy shit.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That football game put me straight to fucking sleep last night on my sofa, and I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning like, fuck, we got to get to the gym. I got to go pick up my boys. I didn't see it until this morning. I didn't see Jackson's phone call or his text until this morning because I was exhausted after the weekend and everything, and that game was terrible. Like 10-7 on Thursday, terrible. 10-7 Monday night, terrible. The NFL is dog shit. I don't know why the fuck you guys can't figure out how to put a primetime game on that's going to be any good, but this shit is awful.
I can't wait for Thursday, man.
Money back for a terrible fucking game atmosphere. I mean, fuck. Neither here nor there. Jackson Roper, the 4-star number 1 or number 2 player in the state, however you want to do it, because Reese is either 1 or 2 in the other publications, both tons of family. Mm-hmm. You know what I love, and I'm just going to say this right now. I love that this kid is so open to them recruiting him, even though it's 18th.
Yeah.
And I love his attitude. Everything about this kid I love. Because he's a fucking grinder. He's a 5 a.m.er. He's Dungeon Family, bro. That's what we do. This isn't something new. Why do you think I'm so bullish about all this shit? You think I'm lying? Like, he should have been offered first by CU, like I told them to. And then they would have a huge step in the right direction to recruit him. Deacon should have been first. Breck was first, but then they fired Sanford. Reese's first offer should have been CU. Like, a lot of things can change, but you have to be able – you got to look yourself in the mirror and change it, and this is progress. This is fucking progress. Because I've been tagging everybody and talking shit about this for months, and I've been real vocal about it lately.
Like, extremely. And it's just ironic.
Look, I'm going to say this right now.
Damn.
I've had multiple people in my gym think that the anonymous people in the chat are actually people associated with CU. And I'm like, that's crazy. You're out of your mind.
Oh, yeah.
But if it is, and you are listening to what I'm saying, because obviously this happened last night, Corey called him and offered him. And I was tagging Corey and Box and Evan Prime and every fucking buddy under the sun to do this for months.
Yeah, you did.
Please honor the state you live in, because there are fucking ballers here. Did you see the post I put up about the legacy stuff?
Legacy stuff from here? No, I didn't see it. Let me.
Here, I'm going to send it to you real quick as we talk, okay? Bro, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to fortify an entire roster with Colorado guys. That's not realistic. But you know what? If you get the right ones, you will have one tough fucking team that gives a shit about where they play. And I'm sorry to say this. I know nobody wants to hear this shit, but that's kind of what college football is. It's pride in where you're playing, not who you are. It's about us, not you. And this is a very, very productive move in the right direction. I think that there's a lot of potential here. Now they need to double down and recruit the absolute shit out of him. Like, what do you need to do to get him not to go to Ohio State this weekend and come visit with you in Boulder?
Ooh, yeah. What
like it's a bye week on Thursday before he goes to Ohio State. Let's get up there Thursday. I represent this kid and train him. Let's get up there Thursday. I'm talking job. I'm dead fucking serious. Like, this is all information that I've already sent to them.
What does it take?
I had a phone call this afternoon with something. It would blow your fucking mind who I'm talking to at 3:30. See you involved, for all you people that think you know what you're talking about. So I have been pressing and pushing hard. I'm not trying to be friends with everybody. I want my university I want them to have the best offensive and defensive line in the country. And if you mix the freaks from the South that they're going to bring in and the Colorado freaks that are here already, you're going to win a lot of football games, a ton of football games. But you can't wait until 18. You can't let 7 other Big 12 schools offer on all the SEC and the number 3 team in the country and the number 1 team in the country and the number 4 team in the country and the number 5 team in the country. It makes it an uphill battle big time. So now you got to fight. Now the battle is in your corner. What are you going to do with it? Are you just offering to appease, or are you offering to recruit? Those are 2 different things. So I would hope that they will continue down this road. I think that the best players on that team are high school guys that were recruited by Prime and brought in. His best players last year, Shador, Shiloh, and Travis, and Jimmy Horn, were all high school guys. Wester was a great portal addition. Shepard was a great portal addition. Hill Green was a great portal addition. The Brick Shithouse and Dozie was a great portal addition. They had Hill was a great portal addition. They had, Hill Jr., right? The Green.
Are you talking about Lil Green, the linebacker? Or are you talking about
the defensive end that's with Jacksonville?
Oh, you're talking about BJ Green. Yeah,
BJ Green. Yeah, he was a fucking great addition. With Guju now and the potential superstar and budding superstar that kid is. And look, I've been right on damn near everything I say, and I'm going to say this. Juju's not going to leave CU. Guju will be the starter next year. And Guju is going to tear college football the fuck up. That kid can fucking play. That was his first start at West Virginia with an offensive line that got him sacked 7 times and got him hit constantly and his hair ripped out. And he fucking threaded them for 300 yards and 2 tutties and no fucking interceptions and was dropping dimes all over the field on down the field throws. We couldn't run a screen to save our fucking life, but he was dropping 30-yard dimes down the field. You give him... This is why I wanted him to start from day one, and I can't wait to watch him play against Arizona State with a bye week in front of him. Because I think the young players on the team need to take over the team.
And I think they're starting to
take over the team. Oh my God, dude. Let's get these fucking idiots out of here. I'm so tired of these fucking people. anybody negative or says anything about race, ban them immediately.
Gotcha.
I'm not doing that shit anymore. I learned my lesson. Although I love talking shit, I'm just not going to go down that road right now. It's the positive of the day. I think that if they do it correctly and the young guys take over the team the rest of the year for the next 3 weeks, you can get something really positive out of, even if they lose, you can get something really positive out of all this. And then in the offseason, there needs to be a come to Jesus on how they're recruiting and who's doing it. I just read a story today released by, I thought it was Josiah Anderson, that Kordell Stewart is the front runner for the Colorado State job, and he's put together this staff of NFL guys and shit.
Let me ask you.
I reached out to a lot of different people, including him, and I haven't heard back yet, which doesn't mean anything. If CSU does this and they hire, I don't think Kordell's coached before, and they just out of the blue hire Kordell Stewart, who is one of the best players in Colorado history, I don't think the CSU people are going to be. I don't think they're going to go for this, bro. Like I think it would be awesome. I mean, I hope that Kordell would listen to me and bring in a bunch of Colorado linemen, but I don't see Colorado State doing this. I don't see Colorado State giving one of the best Buffaloes ever. Like, do you remember what I said yesterday? I want to change the fight song, the colors, you think Kordell you think he likes them? I know it's a job, but I'm not saying this isn't true. I don't know, bro. I need to wait and hear from people that I trust. We'll elaborate on this more as it develops, I guess.
Cordell's
but I know one thing. I talked to
maybe
Alford this morning, and they're not fucking offering him the job, which is insane. Why? CSU, are you dumb? Tony Alford should be your next head coach. They haven't even talked to him. So,
really? Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
so look, there's a lot of crazy shit going on inside the Box State, and a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings and a lot of just craziness. And it's good. I mean, shit, man. The eyes of the world are still fixed upon Colorado, and they're 3-7. So they need to run with the momentum. And look, all press is good press. Colorado and Coach Prime and everybody up there has got to figure out a way to play the media like a fiddle when they suck, which they do. So,
sure.
I don't know if they're going to win the next 2 games. To be completely honest with you, I don't give a shit. I want them to go play hard, and I want the young guys to play and get experience, and I want them to know that we value them, and whatever they need to get paid correctly to stick around, they need to get paid correctly to stick around, and then you need to go fortify this fucking team with a couple guys from the transfer portal that are high-quality grad transfer leader types to mix with all this young talent and go assault the high school ranks. Get out of your castle and go start recruiting, hit the road, and go get it done. Period. Your staff and the head man. Coach Prime has got to stop expecting everybody just to come to him. And the power of Coach Prime is how he makes everyone else feel. Walk into Valor High School, Vista High School, walk into Cherry Creek, go to Mullen, go to Eagle Crest, go to Grandview. They got dudes. Go to Legacy. They go to Legend. They got dudes. Broomfield's right down the street. All they do is put out B1 linemen. Cole LaCrew went to Wisconsin, played quarterback there. Dungeon family.
Yep.
So, there's so much talent. You got to go find it. You got to go find the diamonds in the rough in Colorado that end up being Roger Rosengarten, the starting right tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, Dungeon family. Ryan Jensen, Dungeon family. Sam Jones, Dungeon family. Phil Lindsay, Dungeon family. Fuck, man. This isn't rocket science. It's really easy, actually. And you have me as a resource. Stop being afraid of me and start using your goddamn resources. Period.
Let me ask you, Matt.
It's intimidation and fear. And I might say motherfucker or something that's going to embarrass them. I'm not going to embarrass you worse than 3-7.
Yeah, that is true.
All you're gonna have, all you would have if you actually used your resources is a portal to every great player that walks through these doors instead of sending Jordan Ochoa to fucking Nebraska or Reese Russell to Nebraska or Washington or LSU or wherever the fuck he decides to go, or Breck to USC or Deacon to Oklahoma or Roper to wherever the fuck he wants to go because he can go anywhere he wants. Or the next group. And I know I'm bullish on this, but I just watched my boy this morning rep 105s for 10 on alternate. Whop, whop.
Yeah,
whop.
I saw that. Dude,
are you going to recruit Nick correctly? Are you going to recruit Davis Moon, who's better than Nick? And I'll say it to his face. Davis is the left guard at Valor. He's already got a Syracuse offer. He's a fucking monster. Monster. Wears 6'7", whatever that means to all the kids. He wears 6'7", bad man. Okay, Batman, he should be offered right now. Waylon Day is the starting left tackle at Grandview. 6'4", 300. Freshman. You don't want him? Phoenix Jenkins is going to be a senior at Pine Creek. 6'7".
Massive.
He lost 60 pounds when he walked in the room, moving like a fucking tight end out there, killing people at tackle. Right. About to have a huge offseason, has 5 offers. We brought him up to campus for recruiting, but CU does it like this. Alabama said, you got 25 minutes, go mingle. We want you to learn about Alabama, go talk to the people on the field. CU takes 2 or 3 guys down to the field that are special, and then everybody else they kick up in the stands like they're peons. You think that helps with recruiting? No, that doesn't help.
Nah.
That isolates people. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity here. People got to get out of their fucking feelings. And look, I'm sorry that you're wrong and I'm right. But I'm all the haters. You're fucking wrong. You're dead wrong. The people that attack me on Twitter, you're dead fucking wrong. You don't know shit. I coach circles around motherfuckers. Just because I do it out of my private business, I've been listening to this for 15 years, by the way. Every smug fucking high school coach in Colorado who says I'm not a coach, or some fucking idiot on Twitter who says I don't coach. Motherfucker, are you serious? I forgot more about football than you'll ever know. I'll take the Pepsi challenge with any swinging dick in America on the board. Anyone. You put John Gruden in the meeting room with me, he's going to look at me and go, that was fucking impressive. I will blow the doors off anybody mentally, and I will develop offensive and defensive linemen with any heart, not talent. Because none of these kids walk in with any offers. The only kid that has ever walked in this fucking place with an offer before is Aiden Akiakai-Aina. He walked in with Oregon as a freshman. And after that, he got like 30 more. And he's about to go to the NFL. He plays at Cal. He's a fucking animal. He went to Mullen. He was in the transfer portal. I told them to take him. Didn't want him. So, like, this is what I'm talking about. There's so much opportunity. You got to grab it. You got to stop worrying about what I'm going to fucking do. All I'm going to do is help. I'm your best soldier on earth. Stop letting me send all the fucking guys to Oklahoma and Alabama and LSU and Tennessee and fucking USC and Michigan and Ohio State and shit. You're in charge of that, not me. I can't force you to do shit, but I can talk enough for you to fucking hear me, and obviously it's working. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep fucking talking, and you're either gonna listen or we're gonna be at odds about it, and that's just what the fuck it is. Because again, I'm not trying to be fucking friends. I'm trying to help the university and Coach Prime win.
Yeah.
And if they have to hate me, but then they recruit my guys, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Period.
I represent them too, so have fun recruiting them without talking to me about it.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the business we're in.
Mm-hmm. It's a business. And let me ask you on the Jackson Roper trend. They finally offered Jackson Roper now 2 things. We've discussed it. What does Colorado got to do to keep him and prioritize him? 2, how confident are you going forward that this is going to be a trend that this won't be his, like, if another Jackson Roper comes out of your program or the state of Colorado in general, that Colorado won't be offer 18? Those 2 questions.
I can't make him do it. Roper was presented to them first, right when he walked in here 9 months ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Hey, look who I got. I think you guys should offer him first. He's 6'5", 310 and mean. His dad played at Utah State. His dad's 6'7", 330. I think it's going to work out. I can't keep him out of the fucking room. Unlike the other guys at Cherry Creek who won't come over here and work, who are scared, and I don't care if you hear me or not, you don't want to come work like this. You ain't got to, right? You don't have to work this hard to get what you want, but you might have to work this hard to stay. Because I know tons of guys that go. I don't know a whole lot that stay.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I hear a coach, a D1 offensive line coach say, if you're in Colorado and especially in Colorado, and you're not in this place and you're an offensive or defensive lineman or a pass rusher, that's a red flag. That gives me a lot of confidence that what we're doing is correct. And then I doubled that down after going to Alabama and the respect they showed. And Tyler Booker, and all I need to hear from is Tyler Booker and JC Latham tell me that my program's elite, and they're not even in it.
Right.
So I'm going to try and get Book on the show next week just to talk about offensive line play.
Oh,
I'm sure he'll come on because that's a bad man. It took 30 minutes to talk to Nick. I'm sure he'll want to talk to us. So how do you keep Jackson Roper? You recruit the fucking shit out of him right now and try and make up 18 spots.
Yeah.
You don't let Reese Russell get offered and courted by Nebraska his whole life. Can you imagine if Jackson and Reese were both committed to CU going to there next year? Because they're both juniors.
That'd
be fucking nice. You're damn right. That would be nice. I mean, shit. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Do they understand that Lincoln Fahapoli Jr. is at UNC as a left guard? And if you're not attacking him in the transfer portal and tampering, because it's legal, I hate to say it to UNC, but if he's too good for them to keep him, just like Elijah Anderson Taylor, who went there, cut his teeth for 3 years, won Big Sky Player of the Year. CU didn't want him at middle linebacker, so he went to FIU. Played for Coach Mack.
Mm-hmm. Who
was CU's coach. Do you think that's coincidence, or did I make a couple phone calls and help my guys? So, AJ Jordan at CSU Pueblo, another Colorado kid who's murdering the Armac and is 6'3", 240, pass rushing banshee. You gonna go after that kid? I'm giving you all the fucking secrets. You don't need to act like you're not being helped. You know what I'm saying? You can just say, I need help, and then I'll help you, and then we'll keep all these fucking guys in state, rather than watching them mass exodus and then act like, well, Matt wants his guys to go everywhere else. I mean, if those other places are Texas, what's the top 5?
Ohio State.
Top 5 is Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Ole Miss, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Roper is offered by Ohio State, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Ole Miss. He's got 4 out of the top 5 in the country. If that's the kind of place I'm going to send him, rather than CU, if they're not going to take him seriously, you're goddamn right I'm going to send him to one of those
what are you going to
places.
say? I'm confused on the pushback. Golly, guys.
What the fuck, man?
Here, institution.
Do you want me to tell Jackson if he doesn't go to CU, I won't train him anymore? Should I tell Breck to go to CU over SC if he doesn't feel right? Should I tell Deacon to drop Oklahoma? Should I tell Zune to transfer to CU and leave A&M? Should I tell Gage to leave Tennessee? Should I tell Braden Miller to leave Cal? No. They had their chance. This is another opportunity. Let's see what you do with it. I'm excited that they offered, and I got over it really quick. Now, roll out the fucking gold carpet for Roper and Reese, because neither one of them have signed or committed. They can't sign yet, and they're not committed. So that means that you have every opportunity, just like everybody else, to be told no. And are you going to push and try and make it work? Or are you just going to assume that you can't compete with the big dogs? Because that assumption's wrong. You can. You got Juju, you got Seaton, you got Travis, you got Miller, you got all these fucking 4-star and 5-star kids. Why don't you funnel all that positive recruiting effort into the 3 and 4-star kids in Colorado? There's not a 5-star kid here yet.
Yeah.
So,
good point.
It's just, are you going to go after Devin West, the 8th grade fucking Rocky Flats freak that's in this league? who was just in here at 5 a.m. this morning, pushing me on a sled and screaming at the top of his lungs, "Rah!" as he's fucking 14 years old with size 18 shoes. His fucking dick drags on the ground behind him and shit. Looks like a tail. And that's not really true, but it might be. Fuck. This kid's a freak. He's going to Fairview.
Yeah, he's right there.
So there's so much stuff. There's so much opportunity. What are you going to do with the opportunity? Are you going to continue to be scared of me? Or are you going to fucking embrace what it is? Where do you think I learned how to be like this? His name's Gary Barnett and Chris Wilson and Mike Hankiewicz and the University of Colorado. They honed me to be a fucking asshole weapon in the trench. And then I got to the league and they were like, hey, you want to play guard? And Bill Callahan was like, now you know the snap count. Let me teach you everything.
Yep.
So I know more. I can coach better. And I developed the fuck out of guys who just show. All you got to do is show up. That's it. Brody Seek. Throw up Brody Seek's numbers. Let's see. The top pass rusher in the state of Colorado who's committed to Air Force, who's a little undersized, but he's got 17 and a half sacks.
Golly.
Brody Seek walked in here as an 8th grader, really small, didn't think he could play. He's leaving here as the number 1 defensive player in the state, 17 and a half fucking sacks, committed to Air Force. He plays for Tyler Brayton. Tyler Brayton was a first-round draft pick at CU. We played together. He's a brother. You don't think that Tyler and I think he should be in Boulder? You don't think Landon Drum, we don't think he should be in Boulder? I was talking to West Virginia's wide receiver coach yesterday. Go where you're wanted. That's what he said to me. Go where you're wanted. And they want him, and CU doesn't. That legacy picture I sent you, put it up.
Hold on. Talk about this one.
This is a post I put out yesterday. Okay, now that's a great picture my boy Sam sent me. Sam's the white guy in the white shirt. Okay,
is this the one you wanted or no?
Yeah, but the Twitter post that I sent you.
Oh, the Twitter. Hold on.
Yeah, because I want to see the. But that's what it's supposed to look like afterwards, right before we sing the fight song. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, and that's cool. Some of you guys don't like that shit because you don't like tradition and cool stuff. You think fight songs like some country club shit, and it ain't. But he's going to put up a post here where there's 6 legacy buffs. And I don't know if any of them are going to go to CU. I don't know. I hope Nick goes there. That would be awesome. But I'm not going to make him do shit. It's his choice. So
here we go.
I really, really, really want Colorado to here. This is what I want. I want CU to match my effort. Because all I get is like, you know, very rarely do they actually take me seriously, although they do accommodate us, which is weird. They accommodate the kids, they'll bring them up, but I don't know if they're actually like seriously recruiting them or not. So just let's match each other's effort here. Try and match me and take me seriously. You did with Zane D'Souza. Did I lie to you about him or Hudson? Did you know I was on the phone with Coach Barnett yesterday, and he told me that there's more kids from Colorado on West Virginia's roster than there are on Colorado's roster.
Are you serious?
That's
crazy. That's a problem.
That's crazy. That's not that you can't run college football like that. This is not the NFL.
So man, college like that's you gotta recruit your base.
Here, and I'm just gonna say it right now. This is not about you, Matt. Stop gatekeeping. It is about me, motherfucker. This is my show, and I will lock the gates on your bitch motherfucking ass. So you're just going to get blocked, and you're going to come from another anonymous account, you fucking pussy. So all I'll do is lock the gates on you and break your neck the way that if we were playing or I was coaching up there, I would tell them to do the same thing, just like I told the 1-11 team. So again, watch your fucking mouth. Show some respect, goddammit. Fucking troll ass bitch. So this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Read it, Bailey.
If Colorado Buffaloes football had Landon Drum, Josh Bates, Hannibal Navies, Reese Russell, Nick McChesney, and I think that's Torrey Davis on the roster at the same time, I don't think we'd have an issue with care or the pride and tradition of the Colorado Buffaloes will not be entrusted to the timid or the weak. Legacy matters.
So let's go over who those kids' dads are. Landon Drum, Brandon Drum. If you don't know who Brandon Drum is, you're a prime sexual bitch and you're not really a CU fan. Who's next? Josh Bates, the Remington Award list center at SMU with 2 years left to play. His dad's Justin Bates, wore 77 at CU, started for 3 straight years, one of the best offensive linemen in the school's history, got drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Who's next? Hannibal Navies Jr. Yeah, Hannibal Navies is one of the best linebackers in CU history, wore number 8. His name's fucking Hannibal. He's a little intimidating. I was scared shitless of him when I was a kid. Now he's one of my best friends. His kid's a baller. He was at the CU game as a CU recruit when they played Arizona. He committed to Arizona after they bitched us at Folsom. That sucks. Who's next?
Matt Russell.
Reese Russell is the starting right tackle, right guard center, wherever he wants to play at Valor. He's been that way since a freshman. He's Matt Russell's son. Matt Russell won the buckets at CU, bleeds black and gold. Reese is offered by CU, but not really recruited. He hasn't been to a game. They don't talk to him. Nebraska's probably one on his list if I had to guess, which I don't really because he's one of my guys. Who's next?
Matt McChesney. And
we're not going to talk about Nick. We'll see what Nick does, and we'll see if they recruit him. And he's been on a bunch of visits. I know that they know about him. We'll see how that goes. I'm very excited to watch my son progress. Who's next?
Torrey Elton Davis.
Torrey Davis, his dad played there from 95 to 98, I think. His son at Fairview is a fucking monster. I was just in here with Luca and Enzo, who both play at Fairview, who are both really good players. And we were just sitting there watching Torrey run around the field and just murder people. Not fucking like for real on the football field. He's crushing everyone's face. He looked good at safety, but he just got off by Texas.
Yeah.
So, there's 6 more. And that doesn't even include all the other guys like Marquise Reese at CU or at Vista. He's a junior. He's a quarterback. He's a fucking monster of a player. Mm-hmm. Monster. He's a great player.
Yeah, we talked about
the Bailey, Bryce Bailey at Vista, only a junior. Best skill player in the state. He averages 3 touchdowns a game. No one can cover him. And he's a great corner. So does this guy keep making this? Wow, this guy is a fucking. I think
all this guy wants is CU to overpay and for yeah. There you go. I don't know, Matt.
That guy's a serial killer, bro. He's got way too much free time on his hands. And look, that's cool. Yeah. The gym address is 10470 South Progress Way, Parker, Colorado. Serial killer guy. I'm here all the time, especially in the morning. So walk your bitch ass in here and let me separate your head from your body real quick, and then maybe you'll shut the fuck up. But if not, I'm sure you'll type right now. You're typing another fucking anonymous handle. Yeah, great. How do you come up with this many passwords, dude? I can't even remember the password on my phone. So, look, to wrap this up, I'm very impressed that CU came to the plate and did this. I got over it in about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And now I know they can hear me because I keep knocking. Okay? I know they're listening. And they've been listening, and now they're either fed up and they're trying to appease, which is not, I don't think that's the way they do business, or they realize what they have right down the street. Like I said yesterday, the only kid I work with from Creek is Roper. There's a ton of talent there. The nose tackle kid that's committed to Washington, he's a monster. He's a great player. He's an NFL type player. Okay, period. Fox, their running back, is probably going to go Mountain West. He's a D1 player too. He just needs an opportunity. You can't let that kid leave. Cromwell, who I brought up yesterday, and I'm going to bring him up again today, and I'd love to we need to do a vertical on this today and make sure you add Cromwell into this. Elijah Cromwell is going to be a first-round running back, dog. He's a sophomore at Vista. He played for the 8th grade team that Moon and Nick and Ryder Hofschneider and all these other freaks played. Theo Lee, who's the starting quarterback at Arapahoe, and all these other really good players. They block for him. He's a fucking monster, bro. Monster, bro. His brother played in college. All right. His pops is a badass. Just salt of the earth people. And Elijah he's got a couple offers already, but CU ain't offered him. Again, I'll do the Marshall Falk thing again. Can you imagine if Marshall Falk walked into Creek, pulled Elijah Cromwell out of fucking class and said, Crom, I want you to come to CU and early enroll in 2 years because you're a good student, and we're going to fucking early enroll you and play you as a freshman, and I'm going to teach you everything about pass protection, everything about catching the ball in the backfield, and you're going to be the next Heisman Trophy winner running back out of Colorado. You want to come? You don't think he's going to say what?
Yeah, use the advantage.
I want to go and I don't even play running back.
Full jacket walking in, they're like, come on. Like, this is not even
So not only do I work with a ton of great players in this state and distance program guys from IMG in Florida and JT's from Houston and all these, just guys from everywhere. Chase is from Cali and there's other great players that they could go after as well, but mainly just the Colorado kids, right? Not only do I work with all of them, but even the guys that don't come in here, I'm not going to not tell you about them if they're good enough to play. So I know the state like the back of my fucking hand, and I take it very disrespectfully when people don't think we can play because you're fucking wrong. You're dead fucking wrong. The amount of talent in this state is falling out of it's ridiculous. It's everywhere. So again, if you don't want them, we'll send them out and they'll leave. And then we won't have Roger Rosengarten as a buff, and Trey Zoom's not a buff, and Bates isn't a buff, and Breck's not a buff, and Deacon's not a buff, and Drake Nugent's not a fucking buff, and Cromwell won't be a buff, and Cole Taylor wasn't a buff, and Trent Ferguson wasn't a buff, and fucking, Joe Capper wasn't a buff, and Cole LaCrue wasn't a buff, and I mean, fuck, man, I can just keep it going.
Seriously.
So why, Zane D'Souza, they loved him. He's from Loveland. He's from this gym. Hudson Stieber, he's on the fucking active as a walk-on. Great technique. They love his work ethic. He's from this gym. He went to Evergreen. Those are the only 2 Colorado kids on the goddamn roster. Both from here. You think maybe we could, meet in the middle and make this not a thing anymore? Do you know how much I would like to say there's 25 guys up in Boulder from the gym and all of them are fucking Colorado bred and they can't wait to contribute and mix with the guys Coach Prime's bringing in, and you'd have a perfect mixture of homegrown talent that really loves Colorado and wants to go play for Coach Prime, and a bunch of guys from Florida and Georgia and fucking Mississippi and Texas and California, just like Coach Mack and Coach Barnett and Coach Neuheisel did. Coach Neuheisel especially, and Coach Barnett, because Coach Mack was before my time, but at Rosga or anybody will tell you that played for that man, he made a point to lock down the Colorado kids that were in state and not let them leave. Joel Steed went to Hinckley. If you don't know who Joel Steed is, prime sexual. And he'd walk into Compton and say to Darian Hagan, who was committed to Nebraska, why are you going to Nebraska? All you're going to do is lose to us. Bam, Hagan's a buff.
Yeah.
Facts. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Neuheisel recruited the shit out of Colorado. He offered me as a sophomore, dog. He ain't going to let fucking 6'4", 280 angry leave. Nah. He tried so hard to get me to go to Washington. There's the reason I called him Tricky Ricky. And I still said no. You can't buy me. I'm here to fucking play. That was before these days.
Mm-hmm.
So, so much talent. Coach Barnett, the recruiting class I was in, I just met with Craig Oakes the other day. And Craig and I have not had the best relationship. And, man, we really mended some bridges. His kids are about to come in here and train. But he was a top 5 quarterback in the country. Sean Tuss was the number 2 linebacker in the country, Creek. Bobby Purify from the Springs, Clyde Sorrell from Eagle Crest, me. And the list goes on. And then mixing it with Quinn and Jesse and, guys from California and guys from Texas. And all of a sudden you got a great recruiting class that you mix with the guys that are there. And bam, you're winning a conference title. So it's important, and I'm glad that they're moving forward in this manner. It makes me very happy. Now, start really using your resources, please.
I mean,
that's all I ask. And if it's not me, Coach Logan is a massive resource at Cherry Creek. He played there. He's one of our best players ever. He loves CU. He wants his guys to go there. You need to go talk to him. Coach Prime, before you even talk to me, you need to go talk to him. You know, like there's the only guy from CU that's ever stepped in this gym is Gerard. But Matt Rule's been here 5 times. So
that's got to change
so
too.
You've got, again, I'm going to reiterate this, and I don't know why this is such an issue. If you won't leave the castle, how are you ever going to evaluate the soldiers you're bringing in? You're relying on people that aren't you to bring you guys that might impress you. They're trying to sell you players. I am simply trying to present you the guys that you should recruit that have earned the right to do it. You see, my guys are up at 5 a.m. They understand football. They're smarter than everyone else. They work harder than everyone else. Their technique on especially the offensive linemen, D linemen, and pass rushers is elite, which is why they go and play at such a high level at the next level. And it's every year we're putting out another guy into the NFL and more guys into college, and it's bam, 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 bam. And it's not a coincidence. And it's not all me. It's the combination of them, the way they were raised, being good football players, the parents not allowing high school coaches to set their narrative because there's still a bunch of idiot high school coaches in Colorado who don't think I know what I'm doing and tell their kids not to come in here because I mean and say motherfucker or some dumb shit. And the kids that don't listen, do you think they get benched, Bailey? Do you think that when a kid doesn't listen to his coach and comes in here anyway and gets fucking and puts on 30 pounds and becomes a technician and starts getting recruited, you think when he goes back and he's 5 times the player he was, you think the coaches bench him? It's never happened once, ever fucking ever. So again, there's opportunity, and what we do with it is great. Or excuse me, there's opportunity, and what we're going to do with it is either going to be great or miss. So now they have the opportunity to really recruit Jackson Roper. Go do it. Start recruiting Reese. Start recruiting Phoenix. Start recruiting Marquise Reese at Vista. Start recruiting Brooklyn Bailey. I don't even work with Marquise and Brooklyn Bailey, but they play on my kids' team, and I've coached them before, and they're both fucking studs, and they are D1 players, and it's not close.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to be able to, like, for example, I saw a post on Twitter from a prime sexual, a guy who said, like, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Matt McChesney. And I wrote back at 4 a.m. when I got up, that's because you know I'm right. And look, I'm not talking shit when I say this, but the same post came up later, I think from the same guy maybe. And it was like, I can't believe that Colorado doesn't go out and scour Colorado for diamonds in the rough. Neither do I, because Nate Solter went to Buena Vista. Buena Vista is like a 1A fucking small-ass school in the middle of the fucking nowhere in the mountains. He was a tight end. But they sure did identify that talent quick, and he went first round.
Yeah.
You know, like, you got to turn over a bunch of rocks here in Denver, bro, in order to find the players.
Exactly.
Or you can just fucking utilize your resources like everyone else does. And I'm going to end it after this, but try and wrap your head around this, Bailey. And this is just off the top of my head. Nebraska, every time they come here, the first place they come is here, and I send them throughout the state to find the guys that I think they should recruit. NC State just did it. Oklahoma does it. Oklahoma State does it, or used to before Gundy. We'll see what the new guys does. Texas A&M does it, obviously. Tennessee does it, obviously. Cal does it, obviously. They got a starter at right tackle and nose tackle from the gym and from Denver. Nebraska does it, ad nauseum. I think they do it on purpose just because they know how much I hate them, yet respect them. I think Matt Rule does it on purpose because he knows I love him.
Certainly possible.
He knows I hate him. It's fucking weird, but I'm not going to say no. No, Jordan Ochoa, don't go there. See, you don't want you. Go there. And the kid's going to be a starter next year.
Yeah.
And this just keeps rolling. Ole Miss, Alabama. Alabama is so aggressive with the guys in here. Kapovic's like, I don't know what I got to do to make sure I get one, but I'm going to keep offering them. I'm going to keep swinging the hammer. And I'm like, bro, eventually somebody's going to come play for you. It's not from a lack of trying. They don't lose out on the guy and get discouraged and get all in their feelings like the chat. Oh, you wanted to send him somewhere else? No, they just go after the next one because we got another one and another one and another one, and they just keep walking in. So how is it that everyone else from USC to fucking FIU, two different ends of the spectrum like you could never get from the number one team in the country offering our guys in here and fucking utilizing the services that we have constantly to the worst team in the country, Kent State, bringing our guys in. Mason Maddox went there and started for fucking 2 years, about to be a senior. Mm-hmm. Another guy that played at CU. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but full ride scholarship and opportunity to go fucking play. And Kent State's not as bad as they were last year. That's for damn sure.
Got a new coach.
But I'm just saying, how is it everybody can maximize and use their resources and they know what it is, but the team up the street where I played and love and constantly try and support, even though I'm critical of them, which again, if you can't be critical of something you love, you don't love it. I'm not a Glazer. There's enough of them. By the way, all the Glazers at DNVR and everybody else that's posting about Roper, I love how you don't include 6-0 in any of the posts. You fucking cowards. You know what this is. You know he's one of my fucking guys. That's what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of scared pussies who are all in their feelings and don't want to solve the problem. They think I'm the problem. Well, I'm going to continue to be a huge fucking thorn in your side until you wake up and pull it out. Period. I know I'm right. I'm going to die on this fucking hill. I don't give a shit. I love Coach Prime. I love what they're doing up there. I think there's no way in hell he's leaving. He's going to be the coach there next year. He's going to be given the opportunity to fix this. But just like when I started the business, Coach Embry was the coach, and I was trying to send players to him there. And then when he got fired or let go, Coach Mack was the coach, and I tried to help him. And then when he got fired, they hired Carl Durrell or Mel Tucker, and I tried to help him. And the same way when he left, and then I tried to help Durrell. And the same way when Prime's time is up, guess who'll still be here trying to help CU? Me. So,
bingo.
The only Coach McIntyre was extremely responsive to everything. Mel Tucker was extremely responsive, even though he was a real scumbag. Coach Sanford was extremely responsive because I think they knew. One thing else I'm going to say here before we move on is I would hope and pray that Coach Sanders, Coach Prime, would consult with Gary Barnett. Because I don't think that's happened, and that is a travesty. Gary Barnett did so much with so less, and so much interference from the president, and so many people trying to get rid of him, and to the domination that he, displayed in his time there. You can look up records. You don't know what I'm talking about. The Big 12 titles, the opportunities to go play for it, the fucking guys we put into the NFL, the fact that those teams were just loaded with NFL players that all have their pension and we're all a family still 20 years later. He knows what Boulder is. That was his dream job. And they totally fucked him over, and he's still part of it. He won't leave because he loves it. That should be your number one source on how should I approach Colorado? What should I do from a perspective of trying to find diamond in the rough talent in this state? Why is it so important to the alum on what Matt McChesney is talking about and guys like that? Why is he not the number one consultant? Because he's going to say hard shit. He's going to tell you truth that's not going to like be fun to hear. You want to know how I know? Because he's done it to me like 100 times. He's the only reason I'm still alive. Because I was a wild fucking animal. And without that man, there's no way I'm sitting in front of you right now. I'm either in jail, in a ditch, or dead. So, again, utilize your resources, man. You have so many resources. Fucking utilize them.
Bingo.
All right, so let's move on. We got a lot to talk about.
Let's move on here. A lot to talk about in a short amount of time. Matt, did you catch Monday Night Football last night? What a game. So many points. So many explosive plays. Just an
What a game.
What an unbelievable fuck. This is horrible, Matt. This is a game that really frustrated me watching, but you know what? It fits the theme of primetime games lately. What are your thoughts on this game last night?
It was dog shit.
Yeah. Not great.
I mean, again, there's a huge difference between good defense and terrible offense.
Yeah.
Like, the defenses played good, but the offenses were just awful. I don't understand what's happening. Like, is the NFL turning into the NBA because there's so many games? Do these guys like actually say we can afford to lose this game? Like, the beauty of the NFL is every single opportunity is so important. It doesn't being at the Bronco game Thursday and how I'm glad I got to go with Bree and my boys, and it was awesome. It was my birthday, and like, other than fucking my truck up in the parking lot and all the shit that happened there, it was awesome. But the game was terrible. It was 10-7 and atrocious, and more penalties than first downs, and one of the worst football games I've ever seen in my life, ever. It was awful. It was like worse than a bad preseason game. Yeah. And then to like watch Sunday, because if you look at the scores from Sunday, the Patriot Tampa Bay game was fucking awesome. By the way, I sent you a video of Mike Vrabel literally saying congratulations and dapping up and hugging every single fucking guy that walked in the tunnel afterwards. It gave me goosebumps, dog. That's a fucking coach right there. That motherfucker, I would run through a wall for Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
I played against Mike. He was a bad fucking man. He is just all football all the time. I have no idea why Tennessee let this guy go. What were you thinking, you dumbass motherfucker?
Don't get me started on the Titans.
He's going to win. I guarantee you he wins the Super Bowl or two. He's going to win in New England. They're going to win another Super Bowl.
They're rolling that this year. Like, they
are fucking good, dog. Yeah. And they're not even good. Like, imagine what it's like in year 3 or 4 under Vrabel in May. They're going to be chopping people the fuck up. So, full circle back, like, I don't understand how you can have such competitive games Sunday. For the most part, there's points scored. And then, am I wrong, but does every single fucking primetime game seem to, like, lack any pop or competitiveness? Or, like, the Sunday night game was awful. The Steelers were just inept. It didn't look like they gave a shit. Like, I don't know, bro. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me with this, but I know the show's brought to you by FanDuel, and we appreciate all the support and shit, but I don't feel I've said this before. I don't feel comfortable making bets anymore. I don't feel like the players are going to play hard. The refs are awful. There's always like some fucking call that goes against something. Like, it makes it too emotionally invested because it's awful. It's not like you want to bet on touchdown scores. You're trying to be optimistic. Like last night.
Oh no,
last night I picked Jacobs to score, Hurts to score, Jordan Love to score, and Saquon to score. Now, that is relatively feasible, right? Saquon, you would think, score. Jacobs scores all the time. Hurts scores touchdowns like fucking clockwork. And Jordan Love is really fucking versatile and can run. And if Hurts scores, usually the other quarterback wants to get in the zone too. That's something that happens. Right. So none of those guys fucking scored. The game was 10-7. It was 30 fucking 2 points under the fucking over-under or something. 22 points over or under the fucking mark that they set. I mean, bro, this is getting embarrassing for the NFL. The primetime games are fucking terrible. They're terrible. And this was a good matchup, and it was still terrible.
I'm good on betting on Sundays. The primetime, I don't know. I've had Packers over and Jacobs, and I'm like, all right, well, the over ain't fucking idiot. This is frustrating football game, Matt. And guess what? On Thursday, your Jets take on the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. So I can't wait to dive into predictions. Can't wait to dive into predictions on that game on Thursday for your New York Jets as they take on.
I'm sending you something that you need to put up, and I'm not going to say anything until you put it up.
Okay.
Check Twitter.
Okay. Check Twitter. All right.
Son of a bitch. That's a fucking real bummer. That's the bummer.
Oh boy. Okay. Damn. When did that come? Damn, that came out. I didn't see that. We were literally live when that came out. All right. Give me 1 sec. We have some breaking news in the NFL here, and this is unfortunate news, and I would love to get more of I'm not a doctor. I'd love to get more of an insight from a doctor, potentially Dr. Jesse Moore. So I'd love to give his insight on this here. I'll have to give him a call. But unfortunate news. Give me 30 seconds here. Unfortunate news out of Jacksonville. It's frustrating. But Matt, we'll preview your Jets versus Mike Vrabel's Patriots on Thursday. Can't wait. I'm sure you're going to be really optimistic about that. But Matt, unfortunate news. Travis Hunter has been ruled out for the season. He underwent season-ending knee surgery, repaired an LCL repair, underwent that. His eyes are set on returning in 2026, expected to return within 6 months to full football activities. So, tough end to Travis's rookie campaign. I'm torn on this, Matt, because he's playing both sides of the ball. Does that I don't know. There's certain things conclusions that can be drawn, but I hope he makes a full recovery, and I'm sure he's going to be back kicking ass well before the season starts next year. But what's your take on this, Matt? What are your thoughts here?
It sucks because it fuels the narrative of fucking idiots who are going to think he's like a bust. When JB says he's a bust, I want to reach through the computer and slap the fuck out of him.
Oh, he's not a bust, dude.
That's the dumbest narrative ever.
He's a freak, man. He's a freak talent.
He's just starting his career. If he is going to play one side of the ball, this may push him in that direction. Personally, I think he's just going to double down and come back healthy and be even better because I think the kid has a ton of moxie and heart and loves football. But every fucking stupid fucking hater out here is going to use this to say, I was right. And that's what we're going to have to listen to. And that's worse than the injury. So he'll be fine. He'll get over it. He'll come back next year better. This happened in practice. I'm sure the turf gave out and his PCL popped and that was it. So it's a non-contact injury. Tread on the tires. Yeah, that's something. But again, it's football, man. People get hurt. This is part of the game. He'll get healthy and he'll be better for it. I don't think this is anything other than just a bump in the road. And again, all the haters who you think you're right. Yeah, a broken clock is right twice a day, bro. So congratulations.
Dude, well, let me ask you about the Jacksonville Jaguars as a whole, because I'm not the most confident in Sunshine, his quarterback. So let me ask you, going into 2026 and then just the rest of the year, after the loss that the Jags just had to Davis Mills and the Houston Texans, how do you feel about the Jaguars right now and going forward?
Extremely inconsistent, but, they're probably not a playoff team. With the culture running away with that division, I'm sure that Houston, Jacksonville, and even Tennessee will cannibalize each other for the rest of the season. So
Agreed.
Yeah, man, they really need to look hard at Trevor Lawrence because Sunshine is not. Look, every team needs to be looking hard and long at giving quarterbacks $150 to $200 million contracts just because they're next. San Francisco has buyer remorse. The Jacksonville Jaguars have buyer remorse. Let's go through the list of guys who have gotten paid and fucking who has buyer remorse.
Right, exactly.
Like it's a long fucking list of buyer remorse. And at the same time, teams like Cleveland and Carolina give up, and the Jets give up on Baker and Sam Darnold, and then they get in good situations with stable franchises that build around them, and both of them are in the MVP voting. So again, where you go is almost more important than who you are. And this is a bad situation. Maybe Trevor leaves Jacksonville and turns into a fucking absolute stud Pro Bowler. I don't know. He might leave Jacksonville and turn into Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, seriously. We don't know.
This next crop of guys that are about to be up for contract that are young. You think Arizona has buyer remorse for Kyler fucking Murray? Yeah. That guy's terrible. He's always a good player.
Gave him a lot of money, Matt.
He got a ton of money to be really fucking average and them to be a 3-win team.
Yeah.
Jared Goff had to switch teams to find ultimate success. Matt Stafford had to switch teams after 12 fucking years to find ultimate success. Lamar got passed up by 32 teams or 31 teams. Baltimore had a first-round pick. They took a tight end named Hayden Hurst before Lamar. So,
yeah,
Baltimore everybody passed on Lamar. He's a 3-time MVP or 2-time or whatever. So, look, before they just pay this next crop, which the next crop is Drake May and Nix and Michael Penix and Caleb Williams. And who else is Jaden Daniels? Who am I mentioning? Jalen Hurts got paid, but he won a Super Bowl. That's not buyer remorse. Patrick Mahomes got paid. Obviously, he deserves it. Josh Allen deserves the money. Tua, there's a guy that got paid. You think they're fucking happy in Miami they paid that bum? No.
Well, actually, can I segue this, Matt? Speaking of Tua in Miami, did you see? So the Dolphins took out the Bills this weekend. Mike McDaniel, one of your former teams, head coach of your former team, he was driving this is like shortly after the game. This couldn't have been more than 2 hours after the game. He drove by Elbow Room, which is in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know if you saw this, but here's McDaniels driving after the game, taunting Bills fans after the Dolphins' victory. Did you get a chance to see this, Matt?
He's taunting fans as
you see him. That's McDaniel right there after the game.
You're telling me that is Mike McDaniel and he's yelling at fans?
Like he drove by the Elbow Room, which is where a bunch of Bills fans were at, which is like a bar, I guess, in Fort Lauderdale on the water. And after the Dolphins won, he drove by like pretty quickly after the game. So
why?
Good question.
This is a fucking weird dude, man. He's a
troll Bills fans, what it says,
bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm all like, you're the fucking head coach. You just beat him. Go home.
Well, here's actually let me show you this. This is what he said about this I guess what he did after the game here, and he chalked it up to AI. Which it's not, but
that real. Well, that's
he chalked it up to AI.
That's why I like the good old days, the throwbacks.
Just shut the fuck up.
You can trust, the internet and the images because it is pretty detailed. I do live in that area, but I mean,
man, just shut the fuck up, Mike. That was you. Come on, dog. That's like Kim Kardashian saying it wasn't her when Ray J was pounding that ass.
Yeah,
have we all seen it? Your arm hanging out the window, yelling at fucking fans and shit, bro.
Pictures.
This is just like this is terrible. But hey, whatever. It's Miami. They're not a serious franchise, so this is just another example. But there's tons of instances where quarterbacks are overvalued and overpaid and they're overhyped. Jordan Love Got paid all that fucking money for what? He's supposed to be like the top 10 ball spinner in the NFL. That month, he's been awful.
Him and Hurts both did not look great yesterday.
You know, like people give Dak all this shit for being paid like he is, but at least he puts up fucking numbers and throws touchdown passes and shit. If Dak was on a better team, he'd probably be an MVP and in the Super Bowl. Dak should start thinking about that. I wish the Broncos had Dak Prescott.
Seriously.
We'd chopping people the fuck up. They'd be undefeated. So, you know, like if the Colts were to turn around and give Danny Dimes a huge deal, not a good idea. That will fall off a cliff eventually.
I mean, Danny Dimes got $160 million from the Giants.
Do you think they like that contract? No.
Well, they also probably regret letting him go at times.
Yeah, and Saquon. Really good idea. Dumb motherfuckers. Now, you can get rid of Danny Dimes. Danny's having a great year.
Obviously,
the Colts are going to do the same thing that Minnesota did last year, bro. The Colts are they're going to get to the end of the season. They're going to be the 1 or 2 seed, and they're going to fucking lose in the first round of the playoffs. Because the AFC is going to fall like this. The Broncos or the Colts are going to be the 1 seed, okay? And then after that, the 2 seed is going to be the Broncos or the Colts or the Patriots. The Patriots could be the 1 seed too. So those 3 teams are going to be 1, 2, 3, okay? The 4 seed is going to be a 9-8 or 8-9 NFC North team. So let's just say for shits and giggles, because I think Pittsburgh is awful and super overrated. I think Baltimore wins that division at 9-8, 10-7, okay? And then the wild card teams are going to be the fucking Chargers, the Bills, and the fucking Chiefs.
The whole okay.
So that means in the wild card round, the fucking 7 seed Chiefs that are 10-7 are going to go to the fucking Patriots or go to Denver or go to fucking Indy. I'm picking the Chiefs. The 6th seed Buffalo is going to go to where are they going to go? They're going to go to New England or one of the other, or Buffalo or Denver or Indianapolis. I'm picking Buffalo. And then the 5 seed, the 5 seed is going to be the Chargers. They're going to go to Baltimore or fucking Pittsburgh. I'd probably pick Baltimore over the Chargers, but I'd pick the Chargers over the Steelers.
I think you'd pick a lot of teams over the Steelers, but yes, I agree with your argument there.
But like the AFC is top heavy with teams that haven't done shit, and I'm glad they're having good years. But when we get to the playoffs and they look across the field and it's Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, or think about this. Let's say the Chargers charger and fall off a cliff, which I don't think that's going to happen. They're doing pretty good. But let's say that happens, and Pittsburgh wins the North, and your 3 wild card teams are 10-7 Baltimore, 10-7 Kansas City, and 11-6 Buffalo. You think that the other 4 AFC teams are real confident they're going to get to the Super Bowl?
Fuck no.
Nope. Those 3 teams are going to destroy everybody's party, especially Kansas City. Because in a one-off game, I don't know if I can pick against Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yeah. Oh God, not like that. Not with their backs against the wall. I'm with you there, Matt. Matt, I got to roll here in a sec, but let's. This show is brought to you by FanDuel. And Matt, we got some unbelievable matchups tonight. Kent State versus Akron. Matt, are you going to be watching tonight here? Kicks off in about 3 hours. You're going to be tuning in tonight.
Who? No, I didn't hear who you said. Kent State and who?
Kent State and Akron.
I'm actually watching the Kent State game.
Kent State they just promoted their coach up to head coach now, and the roster seems to really be backing him.
Yeah, I recorded the game. I'm going to watch it when I get home. Mason Maddox, one of my guys, plays 3 technique and nose tackle for him. Wears number 6. Went to Cherokee Trail. Was one of the
we talked about him earlier.
One of the CU guys that they didn't want, and he was a walk-on, but he did play a lot in the 111 season. He's a great kid, and I'm definitely watching him because he's going to be coming back and training for fucking the NFL and seeing if he can get a shot. Mason's really versatile, so even though he's playing defensive line at Kent State, I could see him moving to center in the NFL and really being a good player. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to be watching Kent State, even though it's a shitty MAC game. It don't matter, dog. I send my guys everywhere. We're all about that opportunity, baby.
Well, I'm definitely watching. I asked because most of the people I ask are not watching, but I'm glad that you're actually watching. I watch that shit over the NBA. I'm watching it over anything. You kidding me? You're getting questions about how your son is in the chat. How's Nick doing? I just wanted to God, do we have this video? Yep, we do. I want to show this video here. This is Matt, your son at 15 years old. He's still 15 years. This is mind-boggling. 15. These are the 105s. I mean, this is pretty fucking impressive, Matt. You want to kind of talk about this here briefly before we get out of here?
Okay, so this is 5 a.m. this morning. That's Nick doing 105's alternate dumbbell bench. He's 15. Yeah, so he's pretty motivated. He's pretty pissed off that he couldn't play this year and got hurt. And he started the first game, got hurt. And he's real motivated to earn it. And I think next year, judging by what I'm seeing from my son right now, the sky's the limit, bro, when we get to camp and like him playing center and guard and how smart he is and how hard he works. And I'm not going to like anoint him yet. But I do think he's a power forward offensive lineman, and whoever gets him is going to get a leader and a smart kid who gives a fuck about football and is my son. I mean, we played to the bone in the McChesney household. So
I know that. And I mean, and Nick certainly keep grinding, and certainly we're making his way back. I can't wait to see him full strength next season here. But goddamn, I saw that video at 15. I was like, "Ooh, Nick is booming that shit too." Shout out to Nick. Chat want to know how he's doing. Looks pretty damn good in that video, man. I'll tell you that. Before we got here, it is Veterans Day, and we wanted to honor all of our veterans who have served our great country. And Matt wanted to break down. I'm removing myself from this conversation. No comment. Matt, your top 5. I think you wanted to do war movies. Go ahead.
So it's Veterans Day. My family is a long lineage of serving, from my grandfathers that both served in World War II, my father who served in Korea, my Uncle Johnny was a tunnel rat in Vietnam. If I wouldn't have played football, I would have gone to the military. My father-in-law from my ex was a Marine, so happy birthday to the Marine Corps. So yeah, there's a lot of pride for this country and a lot of sacrifice that has happened. It's the land of the free because of the brave. Remember that. And people forget it, and how much, regardless of the politicians and those crooked fucks and what they do, they're always sending American boys and men and women and to fight, and they always fight for us. They're not fighting necessarily for the politicians or the agenda. They're fighting for the people and the flag and each other. And I'm a history major, and my emphasis at CU was war history. And I just take the time to say thank you to a vet, hold the door open for him. If you're flying, like we were flying home, and there was a vet that had lost his arm in Afghanistan, and he was standing there, and like no one would let him cut in front. And I was like, bro, get in the fucking front. And I like moved 2 civilians out of the way, and they like kind of gave me shit. And I was like, look, back the fuck up and let the vet go in front of you. And like they like rolled their eyes and shit, like it's somehow inconveniencing them. Those people need to have a foot put in their ass and understand where they're at. The real warriors and the real soldiers are on the battlefield, not on the playing field. So, the guys like Ben Garland, who's an Air Force Academy guy, and all the guys we sent to Air Force, from Simon Kibbe to Jackson Adams to, Ben and Brody and all these other cats, Alec Falk, who's one of their offensive linemen. Yep. I always say to them, if you go to Air Force, you're a soldier first, and then you're a football player. And for them to take that accountability and that kind of action it's inspirational. So happy Veterans Day. Thank you for all you do. Did you see this? The old girl screwed up the national anthem last night too.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh, she was terrible. I felt bad for her. She screwed it up so bad at the beginning. But look, it's a privilege to live in this country, regardless of all of our problems. take your fucking ass to India and see how it's going. Like, understand where you live and how much advantages you have as an American, regardless of race, creed, or color.
Mm-hmm.
When we all get down to bleeding that fucking red, white, and blue together, we're going to be pretty unstoppable. People want to come here because it is the fucking promised land, bro. So if you'll work, the United States of America will work for you. If you serve, man, I'm telling you, the best thing about the Air Force Academy, it sure as fuck it is not NIL deals. You want to know what it is? Every single kid that we send to Air Force has lifetime benefits through the United States government. So it's bigger than football, and today's a great day to be an American and say thank you to a vet. So happy Veterans Day. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Top 5 war movies? Oof. Man, that's a good question. Definitely Saving Private Ryan, Platoon. I thought Fury was fucking awesome. The tank movie with Brad Pitt. That movie kicked ass. Longest Day is a little old school, but really great movie. A Bridge Too Far is incredible. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. So,
For sure.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody being on today. Look, we got a lot accomplished. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going. If I pissed you off, good. I was directly talking to you. Have a great day.
Have a great day, folks. Pound that like button, subscribe, and become a member. To all our veterans, we appreciate you and thank you for your service. We'll be back on Thursday, 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage, brought to you by the Believe Network and FanDuel. Go ahead and pound that like button, subscribe, become a member, and enjoy your Tuesday. Peace.